Why was there so much hate for such an obviously beautiful woman? Why would no one defend her?
Mm.
And I've asked this question for 30 years.
When you did land the role in Friday, were you surprised, or what was the initial energy of landing that role?
I was not surprised. I was not surprised when I landed the role of Felicia. It didn't come as a shock. It didn't come as I went in there when I came from Atlanta to Los Angeles on the plane. I wrote a list of things that I wanted to do, and on the top of that list, I wanted to get through my commercial stuff.
Mhm.
I wanted to do a global commercial. I wanted to do some national spots. I knocked that out right away. It's crazy how my list came to life, and I checked it all off. I mean, literally in order, one of the last things on that list was interesting character, and when I got a call for that audition, I was like, "This is her. This is it." And the last thing on that list was mom. There's a couple of things that I didn't do on the list, but
Mhm.
it's still there.
Life is still happening.
Life is still happening. So I wanted to be, I did a global, I did a couple of global spots right away. I remember the first one was for Maxell, Japan. I did a milk global spot. Then I did a bunch of national stuff, Toyota, stuff,
Hmm.
Tide, all that stuff, Kmart, JC Penney. Then, um, then guest starred on, started doing the sitcoms, guest starred, co-starred, then series regular.
Hmm.
And the way that I set this up again was to prepare myself. It's the same as what I'm doing right now. I want to do all that other stuff first and then get to series regular and be able to handle,
Yeah.
what it was. Jennifer Lewis says, if you don't know who you are, you're in the back of a limousine, you might as well be in the back of a Pinto.
Hmm.
Because it doesn't make a difference. You have to know who you are and you have to know what you're doing. You have to know where you're going.
The character of Felicia, for many, she's just seen as like a crackhead for some. How did you come at that character to try to give her something different than just, the usual stereotypes we might have about people that use drugs?
I wish I still had Felicia's bio. At the time, I was in a in intensive actor workshop. I was in actor workshop with Hill Harper, Vanessa Williams was in there, Marcus Johnson, Ricky Harris. The late, great Ricky Harris is one of the greatest actors of our time that we don't give him enough credit. He's part of that group that went from job to job in the 90s. But I wrote a bio on Felicia, and um, it was an amazing process. It was one of the greatest processes that I've ever been allowed to be a part of. So I wrote a very intense bio on her. Some of the things that had happened to her. Um, I mean, her background from, everything, where she went to school,
Hmm.
her everything about her.
Yeah.
Uh, I wrote the bio was pretty. I wish I still had that thing. Oh boy. So I put everything down on paper, then I put it inside. I trusted it, and Angela went away. And this person, Felicia, emerged.
Hmm.
And and I think that I was really the only one working this way. It's the Meisner. I worked the Meisner technique.
Okay.
And I was really, really this person. And I was really feeling her emotions. I was feeling a lot of fear. A lot of things had happened to Felicia. You know, why why would maybe people were tired of her? Maybe why was there so much hate for such an obviously beautiful woman? She was kind. You didn't hear her using any profanity. You didn't hear any of that. Why would they be so unkind
Right.
to, a family member? Why would people be so dismissive? Why would no one defend her?
Mm,
And I've asked this question for 30 years.
mm,
Why is it so easy for us to dismiss each other like that? A young lady who obviously, again, we don't owe each other anything. We're here to experience and take things back to our source that we learn, but at the same time, we had these emotions to manage.
mm,
But why? That's when people come at me, and even to this day, I'll see people saying, "Bye, you dirty bitch, you fucked up bitch, you
mm,
dumb bitch." No, not one time, not even the mother said, "Hey, it's Felicia. I wonder what's going on with her."
mm.
Not one person.
How true do you think the script was trying to reflect that of how we disregard each other and, we just kind of toss each other to the side if we're doing bad? Do you think that he was trying to be genuine about what was happening in real life?
Absolutely, 100%. When you listen to Pooh and Cube talk about um, writing and creating this world, they created a world, and it was because the '90s was so violent, and we were portrayed as these violent, mad people on the West Coast. We were killing and fighting each other, but there was also another life. We normal. He showed the life of Black folks in the hood and
Right.
what was happening with our families and our. But at the same time, yeah, it was happening, but um, we just kind of let Felicia fall through the cracks.
Mhm.
We're responsible for ourselves, but she had been like that a long time. It didn't just happen. She was like that. So what happened to Felicia? Why didn't anyone get upset when she showed up beat up? Why? Because she's and you saw she didn't steal any money.
Right.
You know why she was going to get that microwave? You know who she was cooking chicken for?
Mm,
You know why she was going to get the car?
mm,
You know who she was going to get something for?
right.
She had to go drive and do an errand for her man. She was so loyal to her man to the point where and did you see at the end of the film who was there when he was knocked out? Who was standing right by his side? And she didn't get any points for that. She was trying to help him as much as she needed help, as much as Felicia needed help. She was standing by this bully
Wow.
who was bullied. Debo was bullied. Debo didn't Debo didn't just decide to start taking people's shit. You know, at one point in my bio, I wrote that she went to go borrow the microwave to keep Debo from stealing it.
Mhm.
And at one point, I almost said, "Well, you either gonna give me that motherfucker or Debo gonna come take it." And I'm trying to help him.